could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds, they can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me.
What up, Finn fans? Welcome to another episode of the Finn Posse Podcast Morning Show. I am your host, Big C, and this is brought to you by Game Changers Media. How is everybody doing this morning? How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, Timothy. Cap for Life, good morning. Michael, Scotty, Bonnie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, we got a bunch of comments in the chat. Let's go over these comments in the chats because I'm interested. Because I'm flabbergasted right now. Flabbergasted. Scotty says, I've never been more disappointed with the organization than I am now. The bar was literally on the floor. Grier, we are going to invest significantly in the O-line. Results, re-signed the three worst offensive linemen in the entire NFL, and Eric Boone, Carmen, and then signed Daniels off Achilles at half price. At this point, Grier cannot be allowed to continue, and a new GM needs to be brought in immediately. Whoa. Scotty is not happy this morning. Morning, Big C. What's up, bro? What up, Michael? Good morning. Good morning, Bonnie. Why, Liam? I'm really starting to think this won't be a good season. Cat for Life. Eichenberg, baby. Timothy, good morning, Bonnie. I like the running back we got. Do you? I haven't seen the contract details. I mean, I like the running back way. I like Alexander way more than I like Eichenberg. I can say that for sure. Eichenberg, Mormon, Carmen, let that sink in. This is Grier putting significant resources into the O line. Madison is okay, but I would rather Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, or AJ Dillon. I agree, Timothy. Freaking Eichenberg, just praying it doesn't make the final roster. Glenn says, we got Liam. We're going to the Super Bowl, laugh out loud. I wasn't thinking Madison, but I guess he's okay. I put a hold on tickets for the season this morning. Not going to get them anymore. Man. Yeah, so obviously the big news, the Miami Dolphins, Chris Grier, and the reason for the thumbnail is that the Miami Dolphins have re-signed literally, in my opinion, one of the worst offensive linemen in all of football. And I just don't understand it. I don't know how it makes sense in any universe. I just, it doesn't make sense in any universe to me that anybody can come up with a reason that we would re-sign Liam Eichenberg. Cat for life. I'm forced to hear Tua talk. Batman is forced to talk Eichenberg, baby. This was supposed to be the year we let everyone that doesn't show up and flag grabbers like Liam, Cam Smith, Julian Hill. Listen, we might have big problem. Besides the Eichenberg thing, what are we doing at cornerback? Are we just is Chris Grier, Mike McDaniel considering letting either Storm Duck or Cam Smith play the corner position this year? Chris Grier on that pipe, Big C. He's on something. There's something. Either he caught Stephen Ross with his pants down or something. He caught him in a provocative position, because it's like this guy, he has no worry about losing his job. He just continues to make bad move after bad move. I don't know if Stephen Ross went to Chris Grier and was like, listen, I've let you use my checkbook over and over and over again. This year's going to be different. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I think Afitu Malifu will be playing cornerback. Maybe Timothy. I'm sure he plays some corner. I don't know if he's your full-time outside, your boundary corner. Buffalo got loaded. What Buffalo mainly did was they re-signed most of their guys. And then they added some key defensive pieces. You had Joey Bosa. You had the defensive tackle from Pittsburgh. Was it Larry Obajobi? I make it make sense. Can someone explain to me why we would have went and did this? Scotty said, I said 3 months ago, I think Ross is going to make sure locks Grier down on what he can do with contracts. I think we are seeing the results, but they went in different directions than I expected. So go ahead, Kat. You make it make sense for the rest of us Miami Dolphins fans that have no idea what we're talking about, why it makes sense that Liam Eichenberg is back. Because you can't tell me there's not better option. We had a better option on our team going in the free agency. Isaiah Wynn is a better option. Come on, Cat. Let's hope, Glenn. Let's hope it's just a camp body. Please. But, for why are we, even then, Glenn, why are we making a camp body a priority over we need another starting guard? Why are we out here signing camp bodies over legitimate players that can start? We need another starting safety. We need a starting corner. And I don't think that's what the fan base means by re-signing our own. There's just some people that aren't made out for this league. And I think Liam Eichenberg is one of them. As usual, Chris Grier belittles Dolphins Nation by proclaiming, "You get what you get. You don't have a fit." Man, listen, I'm not trying that Swiss Army knife. There's multiple players out there available that can play multiple positions on the line. Again, we have one on our own team that's a free agent. Isaiah Wynn can play multiple positions on this line, and he is a much better choice than Liam Eichenberg. If I woke up this morning and seen that we re-signed Isaiah Wynn, I would have been happy with that. I'd have been happy with that. No, Michael, I'm not a big Yankees fan. I explained it on here a couple times. I'm from New York. It's just part of our being from New York is just part of our dress code, you know what I mean? I grew up being a big Mariners fan, Griffey, A-Rod, Randy Johnson, Jay Buhner, Edgar Martinez. Eichenberg can't play 5 positions. He can't even play one. I'm so perplexed by Eichenberg defenders. Scotty, the thing is, I don't think there really is a Eichenberg defender. Michael, I'm from Buffalo. Okay. Yeah, I got a lot of family from up there, Michael. My uncle Larry, he lives on Beach Road in Angola, literally right down the street from the lake. Beautiful house down there. My cousin Boomer, I go stay at his house sometimes. He lives in North Boston, right outside of Orchard Park. I got a bunch of family out there. Michael, another running back that's 220, in my opinion. We needed one that's 235 plus. Yeah, Madison's not bad. A couple years ago, he filled in good for Delvin Cook when Delvin Cook would go down. I had him as a backup running back in fantasy, and when I had drafted Delvin Cook, in case Delvin Cook got hurt. I just feel like there was better options available, and maybe they are a little bit more money, but not much. Not much. Not to mention, this is a deep draft when it comes to running backs. This is a deep draft when it comes to running backs. And I feel we could have got a running back in a later round that could have eventually maybe been a starter. At this point, I'm like, just don't fuck up the draft. Okay, Michael. There are definitely fans defending Grier bringing him back. Listen, I don't have words for that, Scotty. I don't have words for the fans that are defending him. Are you real Miami Dolphins fans? Do you watch the game? I got to question all those things. And then there's some fans that say that they're Dolphin fans. There's some people out there that scream that they're Dolphin fans, but are constantly hoping this team fails. So are you a Dolphin fan, really? Are you really a Dolphin fan? Because I know, I wasn't happy with us bringing Chris Grier back. I wasn't. But once he was coming back, once Mike McDaniel was coming back, I was behind them. I was behind them. And I hoped for the best. I hoped for the best. I had said it on here numerous times that Chris Grier was going to go out and make all these fantastic moves for us. Because that's what you're supposed to do when you support your team. You know what I mean? You're supposed to look to the bright side. You're supposed to support the guys that are here. But I just, when you continue and continue and continue to do the same things over and over and over, I have no faith at this moment that Chris Grier is not going to mess the draft up. He's shown me nothing different this year. Nothing. Stephen Ross said the status quo is not going to be good enough. And it's like it went in Chris Grier's ear, one ear and out the other. In one ear, out the other. Because Chris Grier has done nothing differently than he would do any other year. What has Chris Grier done differently this offseason that he wouldn't have done in prior off seasons? We go get Daniels. Daniels could be a steal for us. He could be a steal. But another one of our top signings that is coming off a major injury. And then other than that, Fitu from the Detroit Lions, he's been injured more than he's been healthy. That's probably our second biggest signing. He's just not done anything overly positive. I mean, we're all sitting here hoping Daniels really pans out. Let's for a second be negative. Let's say Daniels comes back and he's not near the player he was before the injury. How bad was this free agency then? Let that sink in. If Daniels can't come back and be the player he was before the Achilles injury, how bad of a free agency has this been? It's been monumental bad. Timothy, I say it'd be worse than an F. I don't know if something can be worse than an F, but if Daniels can't come back and play at a level that he was playing before the injury, this is beyond a F. This is absolutely it's crazy. What up, Aquavision? It's just, oh man. I went from asking for Banks and Fry to Daniels and Eichenberg. Better hope Arch Manning declares after being a sophomore in college. The timing is all off for us moving forward. Hey, Jakey Jim, I've never seen you on here before. Thank you. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you, sir. Hopefully you're liking, subscribing. Can we get some likes up in here? Listen, I'm getting a bunch of views, which I absolutely am thankful for 100%. But I think the likes is what gets you up in the algorithm. I mean, we're getting a consistent 120, 120, and I know that's not a super lot, but I mean, it feels like a lot for me from when I first started with. Chris's job depends on this draft. I think I don't think it is. I don't think it is, Craig. I think Chris Grier got a job for life in this organization. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Jim. I really do. I really do hope you like the content. I got my few ride or dies that are in the chat daily, and they tell me I do a good job. But uh, like I said, I'm getting 125, 140 views a video, and I'm only getting 20 likes. So I'm one of those people that's really paranoid. Uh, so if you're not hitting the like button, I really believe that you're not liking the content. It makes me nervous, and I'm like, damn, there's 120 people watching, only 20 people are liking it. I must be doing something wrong, and it gets me flabbergasted. Yeah, I have bad anxiety, I guess. Chris Grier, I really feel like Chris Grier has. Does he got some pictures of Stephen Ross doing something with an intern? Does he got some? Does he got some shit on Chris or Stephen Ross? Because at this point, it feels like Chris Grier isn't going anywhere. Bonnie says, I agree. I don't think Greer is going anywhere for a long time. That's the only explanation for what he is doing. Scotty says, I honestly have no idea what direction this team is under. Greer right now, my educated brain doesn't understand stupidity. Yeah, it's hard. Aquavision says, are you a Tua guy? Listen, I'm a Miami Dolphins guy. I'm honest about Tua in my evaluation of what I see. I watched games. I watched the Dolphins. Every play I watched the Miami Dolphins. And Tua Tagovailoa to me is a quarterback that if he's healthy and if you put the right things around him, he can be successful. You can win with Tua Tagovailoa. But my biggest issue with Tua is his health. And I don't think you can continue to try to build a team around a quarterback that you don't know how many games he's going to be available for on a yearly basis. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. It really makes me feel good, and it gives me some hope that when people say that I'm doing a good job. Cap for life, the 10 o'clock slot is premium. You will continue to spread the word. I appreciate that, Cap. I really do. Eichenberg signed his new contract while laying on the ground. Miller, you can watch the Fairy Odd Parents instead of Dinkenberg and Eichenberg. Yeah. Grier knows about Yacht Gate, perhaps, maybe. MC Big C, it looks like Grier has the heads up by Ross. That's not going anywhere. Yeah, I think he's if he's not the general manager next year, he's got another executive job with this franchise, and he's still got, you know what I mean? He's still making hella money in a cushy job being Stephen Ross's assistant. Shake Money, close to for Timothy Washington, Aquavision Cap for Life. Good morning, everyone. Elwood, sup party people. Timothy, sup, Shake. We got to have time to throw the ball. We got to have time to throw the ball. We got to be able to run the ball. Eichenberg tripped on his way to sign his contract and just finished it while on the floor. These are just too easy. Bro, people just don't understand YouTube works. Most people hit the like button if they have some kind of emotional connection to content. If they're not hitting it, it doesn't mean they don't like content. Yeah, that's just my, you know what I mean? That's just how I look at things. I'm kind of a negative Nancy, I guess. Keep grinding and remind people to like and subscribe. Yeah, I hate to bag people, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm pushing it upon them. But I'll try my damnedest, Jim. Thank you so much for your support. Eichenberg literally has gotten our good players injured multiple times. One thing nobody is talking about is the running back acquisition. Why not just draft one? It's not like Madison is above average. I just said that. I said that this running back class is pretty deep, and I really like Sanders out of South Carolina. I really do. He's a dominant down and short distance back. He's gonna pick up that 1 or 2 yards for you on third and short, fourth and short. That's my thing, Jim. I'm not really computer literate, so I'm not streaming on. I'm only streaming on YouTube right now, brother. Madison had multiple chances to do things in mini, and he didn't. While guys like Dylan were out there. I'm a DJ Giddens guy personally. Yeah, I mean, anybody that's young in that draft, why not? If we go running back, I don't want to see more than a fifth invested in it. I don't think you would have to really invest more than a fifth in it. Like I said, it's deep. This running back class is deep. Liam got pictures of Ross on Diddy's white party. He just might. He just might, Elwood. More running backs. Why? How about some offensive linemen to open up holes and running lanes for them first? I mean, we definitely need a more of a bruising running back. We need that running back that we can put in, and there's a damn good chance he's going to get a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. That's a major issue on this team. Now, a lot of that has to do with the offensive line. An improved offensive line will greatly improve that. But I mean, I think we can all agree that, A-Chain's a little light in the ass to be asking get them 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s when the defense knows you're running, when it's just man on man. You know what I mean? And I think Sanders from South Carolina would have been a perfect fit. And you could have got him you probably get him in the 6th round. Why? Why not? Instead of Madison, why not? Miller said Dalton Reisner was wanting to come here since his Broncos days. I'm surprised it hasn't been a done deal. Yeah, I mean, there was multiple people, and I know some people don't want to sign aging players. They want to go young, and I get that, and I want the same thing. But literally, I would have took anybody over Liam Eichenberg. Zietler from Detroit, Dalton Reisner. I mean, there's a couple out there. Timothy Washington. I'm starting to think we won't draft O-line until the 3rd round. Timothy, I'm nervous now that Chris Grier thinks he's really done something, and we don't draft offensive linemen at all. Aquavision, you like the KJ Britt move? I mean, it's a depth piece. I like it for depth. It's not a bad depth piece move. He's not starting. I don't think he starts. He's definitely not starting over Brooks, and I don't think he's starting over Dotson. Grier absolutely has to know the fan reaction to bringing Ike back, and he did it anyway. This is a big FU to the fan base. Yeah, I mean, he definitely has got to know. You would think that he would know. You would think that he would know what the fan base thinks of this. I would rather Devin White over KJ Brett. Me also to Timothy. Again, that's what I've been saying. Like, there's other players out there that you can get that are affordable, and maybe they're a tad bit more expensive, maybe a tad bit, but I think they could have been in our price range. There was a report that Grier said Eichenberg will be competing for his starting position. That's absolutely crazy. If that's true, Scotty, uh, what can we do as a fan base to, you know, there's nothing that we can do really. Y'all more worried about the line than we are. I guaranteed you we're done with any real line signings. Yeah, Miller. I think that we probably are done in free agency with the signings. Uh, what are we gonna? Who else is nervous that we don't even draft the line in the first 3 rounds? Because I'm nervous of that now. I'm nervous of that now. I'm really nervous of that now. I'm nervous that we don't address the offensive line until later in the draft. We what have we had done to address other positions too? Are we rocking with Cam Smith as a boundary corner this year? Is that what we're rocking with? Cam Smith is a boundary corner? What's going on in the interior defensive line? Are we just hoping and praying Calais comes back? If we draft O-line, we got to start looking at guys like Clay Webb, Tyler Cooper, Connor Colby, Miles Frazier. Cam Smith is a bust. Yeah, I mean, so far, absolutely. He's another, but he's coming off like another Liam Eichenberg. I heard a rumor that coaches are out on Cam Smith. How are coaches not out on Liam Eichenberg? These draft picks by certain draft picks by Chris Grier, they hang around and they hang around and they hang around. What are they still doing here? Easy E, he's been here for how long and has done nothing. You got Eichenberg, you got Cam Smith, you got Tyndall. What is Tyndall doing? Storm Duck might see the field more than Smith. Yeah, I mean, who knows though? Can you trust Chris Grier's evaluation of players when he thinks that Liam Eichenberg should be competing for a starting spot on this offensive line? Good morning, Gambino. How are you? Fuck about Dolphins Nation. How does he not prove it to us? It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. It's absolutely frustrating. You know, it's super frustrating because that 2023 season we were so close. I felt like we were super close to having something special. And then the injuries happened. And then the injuries happened. And we blew the big lead on Buffalo. We went into Kansas City. We lost in a freezing cold game to the Super Bowl champions. And then we went to the offseason. We lost some key components off this team that we didn't really replace. Tua got hurt early, and last year was a disaster. But I really felt that we could get back to a similar position that we were in 2023 this year. if we made the right moves. And so far we've made nothing but terrible moves, in my opinion. There's some moves that you could say, hey, listen, that's a pretty decent move. The Daniels move could turn out to be really good. It could be. But it's still, you can't deny the fact that the guy's coming off a major injury. But if he can come back healthy, that's a steal at $8 million per. Should have translated X to safety. Also, Richard Sherman, his ball hawking would have been on point. Paul Eichenberg, Brewer, Brome, AJ is our game one starting O line when Daniels has a setback. That's Scotty. That's absolutely disgusting. Eichenberg not going to win. Rookie will beat him out. That again, Craig. That's if we try. Again, I'm not confident that we draft the O lineman early now. I know it's early, but how many games do you think we win? I'm going 5. Listen, how many, Timothy? The main question that you got to ask yourself when doing win-loss projection for this team is you got to make another projection first. You got to predict how many games Tua is starting. Because still the biggest thing about this team is whether Tua, how healthy Tua is going to be. I'm trying to figure out how and why Liam Swipenberg. Gambino, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. Where this is a very complex fan base right now. Hard Rock fan, what's up? What's up? Good morning to you. Nice to see you in the chat. Hopefully you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that like button for the kid, please. Pretty please. Can we get the 30 likes this morning before the show ends? That'd be my live record. Thank you, True Blazer. I appreciate you, brother. We'll see you in here again. How many games is? I mean, if you want to predict a win-loss record, you got to predict how many games Tua is playing, because that is still the key piece. Of everything else, that's still the key piece. Liam, who is known for doing splits on the football field, yeah, man. You know what's really sad is how good we were in 2023 with an offensive line, with a competent offensive line. This offense was scary. It was exciting. It was a thing of beauty. It really was. If you remember back in 2023 when we had Armstead, we had Isaiah Wynn, we had Connor Williams, we had Robert Hunt, and we had AJ. Man, oh man. We had the number one offense in football, up and down the field, playing lights out. Eichenberg started 52 games overall and at least 10 each season during his first 4 years with the Dolphins. Listen, I don't give a shit about that cat. I really don't. I listen. He is garbage. Travis says, "What position do you think we take with the first pick?" Nice to see you in here, Travis. Good morning to you, sir. Uh, I think we could be taking defensive back. I think that's Chris Greer's mo. I think I think if Will Johnson's there, he's probably the pick. The kid out of Michigan. He got that Michigan ties with Stephen Ross. That's just that's Chris Greer's mo. He loves drafting. He loves drafting his corners. Now I think we should take defensive tackle or offensive lineman. I've seen Tyler Booker drop in a lot of mock drafts, the offensive tackle for Alabama. So maybe we can get away with taking a defensive tackle, trade back up a little bit, and get a top offensive lineman also. But I mean, I don't want us to address corner. I don't think that's necessarily a smart pick. I want Kenneth Grant. I like Kenneth Grant too a lot, Travis. I like him a lot too. Greer's defensive tackle strategies is the hope Calais comes back. I agree. I think they're hoping and praying Calais comes back. Yeah, Cap. I mean, that's Liam Eichenberg. You can joke about a lot of things, but that Liam Eichenberg thing that cuts deep. It cuts deep. I mean, you can make jokes about certain players if we were out here making other good moves. But since the other moves are highly questionable and we haven't really brought in anybody that we feel like can make a real difference with this team, it's hard to make jokes about Liam Eichenberg. You can't It's hard to make a fan base believe that you're trying to improve the team when you bring back its worst player. Good morning, Jace. How you doing this morning? How are you doing? It's hard to make a fan base believe that you're trying to improve the team and then you bring Liam Eichenberg back. It's just I how's that making sense? How's it making sense? You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you what everyone told me during the Zach Wilson signing. What do you expect, my G? The Zach Wilson, when you look at other contracts around the league for backup quarterbacks besides Mariota's, it's a terrible contract. I know he is knowledgeable in the system or versatile, but the balance, dang, going too fast. But the balance or footwork or something is missing. Who's make a good camp body, I guess, but he knows where to be when train. Listen, again, why are we saying if it's just a camp body? Why are we prioritizing camp bodies over players that we need to start? We don't have a full starting lineup yet. There's definitely internal struggle in free agency right now. It seems like front office seems like there's two different. Yeah, go get the best fullback in the league. It's tough seeing Tyreek's hand in the cast. Well, I mean, people don't give Tyreek enough credit. I mean, if you're gonna throw stones, at least give credit where credit is due. The guy played injured all year long for this team, and yeah, he did quit, and I'm not happy about it. And he deserves a fair amount of criticism for that. He does, but the guy played hurt for us the whole year. It's hard to have faith in a team when they make some of these moves. Absolutely. It's hard to believe in a team when they make just absolutely asinine moves. Her Minshew signed with the Chiefs. Is that true? I've seen that too. Initial reports on the Chubb contract were BS as well. It really was a restructure, not a move to incentives. Constant lies. Yeah, it's hard to. That's why I'm worried about this draft. I really am. If this free agency is any indication of what the draft is going to be like, we're in trouble. And it's hard to believe that a fan base, people that just watch football casually like we do. I mean, I'm not saying we're casual fans. I mean, I'm a diehard Dolphins fan. I watch every play. I watch all the content I can possibly fit in my day as a Dolphin fan. Yet we can come up with a better strategy than what someone that supposedly does this for a living at the highest level in the world, and you can't get it right. You can't even see that Liam Eichenberg is not a starting quality. He's not even a backup quality player. What up, Dolphin Don? Eichenberg also played with a torn shoulder and still started in 3 different spots. He played with a torn shoulder all 4 seasons because he's been bad all 4 seasons. My heart wouldn't hurt this much right now if I was just a casual fan. Yeah, you know what I mean, though. Like, we don't work for the team. We don't, you know what I mean? I'm not a casual fan neither. I truly hurt when this team doesn't do the things it needs to do. We got 20 likes right now. We got 23 people in the building. Can we get up to 30 likes before the show ends today? That'll be my record. Please, please, please make sure you hit that like button. Let's get up to 30 before the show ends. Give us a new record for the end of the week here. I'm sorry, people are all just following each other's narratives. He just turned 27. This is the prime of his life. He is going to be better. He is talented. Wow, Jose, that's a different take. I've seen no improvement from the guy. I gotta be honest. I've seen no improvement. 25 people in the building. We only got 21 likes. Can we get to 30 likes before the show ends? Please, please, please. We need 4 starters in the draft, I hope. Yeah, that would be nice, Michael. At this point with this front office, we're lucky to get 1 and 2 contributors. We were in trouble going into the season. We didn't make an adjustment to this offensive line. We need more help. Dolphin Don, you would hope so. You're saying that if it goes great, we win. If it goes poorly, we look forward to a new beginning. Do we look forward to a new beginning? Because there's no guarantee that Chris Grier and Mike McDaniel are gone. There's no guarantee of that. 28 people in the building. We got 22 likes. Please hit the like button. Pretty please. Scotty, I think he can get a little stronger and it will make a difference. It's only a 1-year deal. Yeah, but we've seen Jose, we've seen it for 4 years. He hasn't been good. He hasn't been good. You think we should trade the 13 and move back, accumulate more draft, maybe like another second or third? Travis, if we get another second, absolutely. Absolutely. I think if you trade back to 21, 22, you still get a top-notch offensive lineman or a top-notch defensive tackle. And with that extra second, that would be huge. I'm all in from trading back from 13. We have not seen any improvement from our quarterback, but we still paid him 8 to 9 is under 500 last time I checked. Listen, Tua is not as bad as you're making him out to be, bro. Cap. You're capping. when Tua was on this offense last year, you could considerably see the difference. We went from struggling to score 10 points a game to averaging right around 25 points a game. Tua's biggest problem, my biggest problem with Tua is availability. When you gave Tua some sort of running game and competent offensive line play, he led the number one offense in football. What more can you ask from him? Mudbo say, I keep telling this fan base that winning isn't this franchise priority. Just get used to it. Shake my head. It's hard, it looks like that, Mudbone, but Chris Grier does spend a hell of a lot of money on players, trying to bring players in here. Trading back and taking quarterback late first, not another Nash. Noah. Listen, if we trade back, I think. I mean, it depends how the board falls, honestly. But if we can trade back to 21, 22, 23 and pick up an extra second, that would be huge. Because then we could get another offensive lineman, we get a defensive tackle, we get a corner and a safety. And that's 4 players in 2 rounds that or 3 rounds that could possibly be starters. That'd be huge for us. To be honest, I'd rather bring back Tyler Huntley over Zach. Yeah, I mean, I can't. Zach Wilson has shown me nothing in this league so far. Now, do I think Zach Wilson has a better arm than Huntley? Yes. But Huntley has produced in this league before. Zach Wilson has produced nothing. If you're watching but not liking, we're going to list you as a Bills spy, like Poyer was. Fins up. I appreciate that, Gambino. Yeah, we got 29 people in the building. We got 24 likes right now. I want to get to 30 likes before the show's over. That'll be a new record for me. I appreciate you all. Like I said, I be getting 120, 130 views a show, which is that's an improvement for me in this channel. But I'm only getting like 20, 25 likes a show. So show your support. Help me out. Wilson, 6 million guaranteed. Eichenberg, boom, Carmen. This is our off-season laugh all out. Yeah, that 6 million guaranteed for 1 year was a terrible move. Terrible. Regardless of the player, that was a terrible contract. Liam is going to try tight end this year. He can't play anywhere else. Oh man. I appreciate it, Dolphin Don. I appreciate it. I bet Grier tried getting Liam a multi-year deal, but Liam was like, no way, bet on myself. Yeah, I don't know. We're not talking. We haven't really talked about the Madison because Alexander Madison is all right. He's all right, but even that pickup, there was better options. I feel like there was better options with more upside. We need to go out of line and defensive tackle at least with our first 2 picks. We have to address the trenches. Yeah, I agree, Travis. I mean, the difference between having a strong offensive line and what it does for the rest of this offense, it's just astronomical what it can do. It's just astronomical what it can do. I mean, if you look back at 2023, behind a competent offensive line, Achane was busting big run after big run after big run, averaging something stupid like 8 yards a carry. I think he almost had 1,000 yards in 9 games or something as a backup. Maybe Mike will make him a better quarterback. You could, all right, maybe Mike McDaniel can take Zach Wilson and turn him into a better quarterback. But there's no reason that Zach Wilson wasn't signed 2 years for that same price. The contract was a joke. Zach Wilson should have got 2 years, $6 million, if anything. Madison is good. Y'all making me feel like the cup half full guy. I'm really the half empty. Liam might be the stopgap signing to groom our newly drafted rookie. I wanted Dylan. Real Dolphin fans would hit that like button. I appreciate it, Greg. Scotty, yes. He is, and I like it. Okay, thanks. 1 year deal is known as a bet on yourself. Nah, I'm not saying that we need to bring Zach Wilson in for 2 years necessarily, but there's no way that I'm giving Zach Wilson a $6 million fully guaranteed deal for 1 year. When Mac Jones, who's proved way more in this league and played at a higher level than Zach Wilson, got a 2-year, $7 million deal. It was a bad contract. Give him a 1 year, $3 million deal then. If you only want to sign a 1 year deal, give him 1.3 even 4. That $2 million could have went to another player. Give anyone a chance that is not Liam. Liam better not make this final 53. This offseason is officially an F right now. I have to agree. At this very moment in time, this is an F right now. This is an F. And I mean, it's mainly because we don't know what our top free agent signing is coming off a major Achilles injury. Cat for life. He was averaging 13 yards a carry at one point. Yeah, I mean, he was killing it. HM was killing it behind a competent offensive line. We were able to throw the ball downfield. We were able to throw the ball all over the place. Tyreek was on pace for 2,000 yards. Crazy. Putting up crazy numbers. Tyreek, if he wouldn't have got hurt in that Tennessee game, he probably would have got 2,000 yards. Who hates the Jets more than Zach besides us? Yeah, I hate the nasty piece of garbage bullshit Jets. I wish we would have signed Greenlaw, but besides that, I don't give it an F because all the guys on the board got the bag. Fries and Banks are examples. So I'll take Westbrook and Daniels. I don't know if that's enough to overcome the rest. You don't know what type of player Daniels is going to be when he gets back. Hopefully he can be back to that same level. But that's a typical Dolphin move, bringing a player back bringing a player in coming off a major injury and hoping and praying that he can be successful. And I know a lot of people did get the bag. I'm not mad at not bringing in Will Fries. I'm not mad at not bringing in Banks because they did get overpaid. But there's certain players that you could have brought in that would it cost us a little bit of money? Yes, but the contracts weren't too crazy. Greenlaw, you could have got him at a decent price, around 10 million a year. Even, I mean, there's just certain players that you could have brought in at a decent price. Yeah, they would have been a little bit more expensive, but you had to have known if you're going to bring in good players, they're gonna cost you a little bit. That's right, Scotty. He could be an A or he could be an F. Let's hope and pray that he doesn't mess the draft up. Two quarterbacks KC just signed. Why are we not doing that? We gave all the money to one quarterback. I thought they made it sound like bringing Tyler Huntley was a done deal. Not that I think he's the answer at the backup quarterback. I just thought that they made it sound like he was a done deal. We got 31 people in the building, only 26 likes. Please hit the like button, pretty please. Man. Hopefully Chris Grier continues to make moves. Hopefully, I don't know. There's going to be another wave of free agency. We know that after the draft. So we still got the draft to improve this team. We still got that second wave of free agency to improve this team. So, I mean, we still got time, but the fact that we're bringing back players like Liam Eichenberg, that does not leave this. It doesn't leave us with a good feeling. It doesn't make us as fans believe that we're putting our best foot forward and doing our best that we can do to improve this team. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you feel like this team is doing what's best. Scotty says this team has no direction right now. I mean, I thought we were going to have some direction. I really did. I thought we were going to improve the trenches. And right now, the only move that has looked like it can be an improvement on the trenches is a player coming off an Achilles injury. Bonnie said, I do like Iffy too. Saw some film on him, and he looked pretty good. Then again, can he stay healthy? The only direction the Dolphins care about is the one pointing to the pocket and wallets. Yeah, but Cap, I mean, how does that make sense though? Because Chris Grier or might make Stephen Ross continuously comes out his pocket and gives these huge signing bonuses to create cap space for this team. So how does that make sense? I just really feel like it's an incompetence by the people he has in there. That they drink their own Kool-Aid too much. And Chris Grier really believes that, well, I drafted these guys. I know football. They're going to be successful. I'm going to continue to sign them. I'm not willing to label them as busts. You know what I mean? He's never willing to cut ties and just admit when he's made a mistake. Cap says, I live right across the stadium, my friend. There's a lot of things you need to be caught up on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know everything Dolphins, you know what I mean? I don't know everything Dolphins football, brother. I don't know everything. I just know that Stephen Ross does come out his pocket and give these people large signing bonuses to try to give us cap space. Draft Milroe or backup quarterback for the future. Enough paying guys like Mike White, Zach Wilson. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against taking a late round quarterback. I don't know if Milroe's the answer. I see Milroe at the combine. He's a great athlete. He's got a nice deep ball, but other than that, he wasn't really on with his precision passing. Same with Tyndall, Cam Smith. Grier says F you to the future fans. Yes. You got Tyndall, you got Cam Smith, you got Easy E, you got, Eichenberg, McCord in the late rounds. That wouldn't be a bad pick at all. Rourke in the 7th would be nice. Milroy has tiny hands. You know what they say about tiny hands? It's about F1 racing. It's about tennis. It's about concerts. Yeah. Rourke is tall to it will work too. Yeah. I mean, this team definitely has got some things to figure out. Hopefully Stephen Ross and Chris Grier and Mike McDaniel. Hopefully there's a bigger game plan. Hopefully this Liam Eichenberg signing is just a camp body. Hopefully it's just a camp body. Hopefully they know what they're doing. Hopefully when we're going to come out and we're going to take some big swings at the second wave of free agency. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we decided not to overbid and play our hand at the first wave of free agency. Maybe we're waiting until the draft. We're going to draft. We're going to have a successful draft. And then when players are released after the draft, that's when we go and we sign some quality players. I wasn't talking about Zach Wilson as a camp body. I was talking about Eichenberg as a camp body. No, Zach Wilson's our backup quarterback. He's our backup at this moment. It's on Ross because he didn't get rid of Grier, not because he didn't spend. Yeah, I agree. I think we were all a little disappointed when Chris Grier kept his job, correct? I think we all were a little shocked and disappointed when Chris Grier wasn't released. Ross is not the problem. Number 1 rated organization. So the man likes money. He invests money back into the team, not on him. Seattle tight end. Yeah. So hopefully that's what happens. Hopefully that's what happens. We're still at 29 likes. Can we get to 30? There's 30 people in here right now. I need one more like to get to 30. One more like to get to 30. Please. All right, folks. Keep a lookout tomorrow. I think me and CB83 is going to do a show if he doesn't end up BSing on me. Keep a lookout for that. It should be a good time. We have similar opinions on some things, other opinions we differ. So it should be a nice back and forth, be a good time. Yeah, we need another corner. We definitely go get Gilmore, go get somebody, go get Mike Hilton. He's more of a slot though. Go get somebody though. Bring somebody in. Go get Xavier Howard off the couch. Go do something. Make something happen. But yeah, keep an eye out for notifications about a show tomorrow, Saturday, with me and CB83. I don't know if you guys are part of their channel, but yeah, keep a lookout. I appreciate every single one of you. We had a great discussion today. Hopefully the Miami Dolphins can get with it. We're at 30 people in the building right now. I got 29 likes. Can I get that final like to get to 30? That'll be my record for a live show. Please, please, please. Can we hit it? Can we get it real quick before I log off? There we go. Congrats. Thank you so much. We got it. I appreciate y'all. 30 is the new record. Let's get to 40 next week. Thank you all for spending another week with me. I appreciate every single one of you. What took you so long, Michael? You didn't like the content? Nah, just playing. Thank you, brother. I hope to see y'all back in here. Nice to see some new faces. I appreciate y'all. We'll get back at it Monday, 10 a.m. You know what it is. Make sure you keep an eye out for me and CB83 tomorrow. Until then, you know what it is. Fins up. I love y'all, man. Peace.